Hey there, I'm Dr. Karen, and welcome to the School of Clinical Leadership. I'm so excited to have you here. I can't wait to guide you on your leadership journey, and I wanted to congratulate you on making a fantastic decision. What I wanted to do right now is just take you on a quick tour of what's inside the program so that you know where everything is. Now, the information and the resources available, as well as the support in this program, are dynamic, meaning that they're going to be changing from month to month. Every month, we're going to be having discussions and live trainings and a combination of different learning activities. So that means that I will be periodically adding information to all of these sections, but I wanted to give you just a very quick lay of the land so that you can figure out where everything is, but just know that all of these discussions and support and all of this is going to be continually changing throughout the program, meaning that the discussions are going to be ongoing. So what I wanted to say first is that one of the things that comes with this program is a set of trainings. So they are pre-recorded on-demand video trainings that you can watch or rewatch at any time. But this program isn't really about traditional professional development. It's not just about trainings. The trainings are there to help you to get started and to start developing some of the processes. But really, this program is more about the experience and the discussions. So once you watch those trainings, you'll be able to participate in our monthly roundtable discussions and use the members community, because really what I want you to do from those trainings is apply that information to specific things going on in your situation and use it to design a process that's customized for you. And then you can use the other types of support in the program, like the roundtable discussions and the members community, to actually help you with implementation. The reason that this program is different from a lot of the other trainings out there for clinicians is because a lot of those other professional development activities are really more in the lecture only format where there's not a lot of follow-up support. What I want to do in here for you is give you that ongoing support with implementation. So it's not just about coming in and watching videos in a lecture format. Those are there for you if you want to review some information and use that to get the process started. But really, this is about the ongoing discussions so that you can learn how to show up for your caseload and your practice in a way that is empowering to you and your clients. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop over to a quick infographic that's going to outline all of the different pillars for success in this program. And then I'm going to show you where some of the things are laid out in the actual program dashboard. Here's a quick visual of all of the different pillars for success in the School of Clinical Leadership. Now, I have specifically outlined these pillars in a way that's going to help you to think like a leader and develop assets so that you can better leverage your time and resources to make things happen for your caseload, even if it feels like you don't have a lot of control and autonomy in the way that you practice. We are going to work towards changing that. So what we're going to start off with is the concept of service delivery design. Now, all of these trainings and all of these pillars are outlined in the community. And as I said before, there are actual videos you can watch to get the big ideas, but then you're going to take those big ideas and you're going to develop a customized plan for yourself to implement based on your practice and your situation. So the first pillar that I address is service delivery design. Now, a lot of the clinicians that I work with, they're therapists. They have a lot of information about what they can do in therapy, but where things get a little bit disjointed and where it does feel like they are a bit limited in what they can do is that a lot of times they're operating in silos. So what I am going to show you how to do is, instead of just starting with planning for therapy, I am going to help you to zoom out and focus on service delivery design. The reason that we're doing this is because the question that we should be asking to really help our students and our clients succeed is not just what should I be doing in therapy, but what does this child need and how can I make sure that they get it? So many times, we can actually be flexible with the way that we implement our services. We can use a combination of different service delivery designs. We might use direct therapy. We might do a combination of coaching and consultation to take what we might do in therapy and help ensure that our clients have success across settings, because that's what's ultimately going to help them be more successful. So we want to think beyond just what we do when we have a client or a group of clients in front of us. We also want to think about the other types of service delivery that we can do in order to get us a bigger bang for our buck with our services. And so in order to do that, we need to zoom out and think about the entire service delivery plan that we are designing for our clients, considering all the other supports and all the other practitioners that are providing services for the child. Because many times we can divide and conquer, and that is going to help you make better decisions about what you actually do on a day-to-day basis when you show up for your caseload. So that's why we start there. And then the next pillar that we address is productivity. So once you have a big picture about service delivery design, we want to figure out how to create what I refer to as assets so that you can better leverage your time. When people talk about assets, it usually has to do with creating things or resources that are going to do things for you. One of the greatest assets that you have is time, but as you know, as a clinician, you probably don't have a lot of time. So when I think about building assets in order to help you create leverage in the way that you are showing up for your caseload, one of the greatest assets that you can provide is are assets that help you to save time. So that is why we start with productivity. And what I do in this section is I give you an entire system for how you spend your time. And then what you're going to do there is you're going to take that and use that to help you develop additional protocols that are going to win you back time so that you can spend time on things that are going to move the needle forward for your clients. So this is going to help you re-examine the way that you spend your time. It's also going to help you create assets like productivity protocols that are going to help you save time as well. There are actual trainings in this productivity section, but what you're also going to want to do is utilize the members community to help you expand on that and make it specific to your situation so you can figure out the most efficient way to spend your time. The next pillar for success is leadership and reform. Now, this is going to be the most dynamic section of the program because many of our group discussions in the members community and many of our roundtable discussions are going to be focused on leadership and reform. So this could include things that will help you to be more persuasive, work better as a team. And so this is going to be a section where the majority of our Q&A sessions and our group discussions are probably going to fit into this area. And I'm going to be adding content over time as we have more and more discussions. But this is going to really help us to figure out how we can be better leaders, how we can work as a team, and how you can show up as a leader, even if you're not in a leadership position right now. And it's also going to be a section that's going to address a lot of the other systemic issues that you may have in your particular setting, be a forum for information so that we can gather discussions and figure out creative ways that you can impact your caseload, your community, and your field as a whole. And then finally, we have a pillar on evidence-based practices. Now, this program is designed for clinicians of multiple disciplines. So it's designed for SLPs, social workers, psychologists, occupational therapists, anyone who is supporting K-12 kids. So obviously, everyone in this program is going to have their unique discipline and area of expertise, but there are certain principles that we can apply across the board when it comes to learning how to evaluate research and practice. And there are additional content areas and specific skills that are going to be important for all kids that overlap across all the areas. One of those primary areas that I am going to address in this program is executive functioning, because this is something that really covers all of the disciplines. Everybody should be working on this to some extent, regardless of what their role is, whether they are a teacher, whether they are a speech pathologist, a social worker, a psychologist, or another kind of therapist. Work on executive functioning should be really embedded into everything because this is something that impacts kids across the board. So there is going to be an entire suite of courses designed to help you to support executive functioning. There are some trainings that will be designed to provide information that would be useful for implementing strategies in the school systems. And there's also information from a course that I originally designed for parents, designed to support executive functioning in the home. And the thing is here is that if you are a clinician and you're wanting to support kids, one of the ways that you can think flexibly about service delivery is thinking about what resources and supports and information all of the people who are supporting kids need. And so that means that one of the areas where you want to expand your thoughts on service delivery would be doing things like parent trainings and providing information for parents so they can support kids in the home. So that is why I have included this information about how to support kids in the home so that you can use it to help share information with parents to help them create more structure and support for kids. But one of the primary topics that's covered is executive functioning. And over time, this is also going to be a dynamic section where I will also be adding tools and resources on specific topics, as well as ways that you can make better decisions and be a better consumer of information. So now let's pop over to the actual members area so you can see what's in there. Now, when you log into the School of Clinical Leadership, what you're going to see and what you're going to want to do is go to the My Library tab, and you should see these two things in your library somewhere. Now, if you have other products from me, you may see those as well, but you will definitely see these two things. And so in order to go into the School of Clinical Leadership main area, you're going to want to go to this one right here and click View Product. If you want to go to the discussion group, you're going to click on this one right here that says Clinical Leadership Community. So I'm going to go into each one at a time and just show you what's in there. What I'm going to do first is go into the School of Clinical Leadership main area. So here we are in the members community, and I wanted to walk you through the dashboard to show you where everything is. So what I've done is that this video that you're watching right now is going to be right here. And you are going to be able to scroll down and find the navigation guide. So on some of the top level categories in the program, if you are clicked on this main homepage, or if you are in one of the main categories, you're going to be able to see this program navigation guide in the sidebar of the program. And this is just going to be a brief overview of what's here. On the main page, you're going to see more of a detailed explanation. But what this is, it's going to tell you what order to watch the different content in the program. So obviously, there are going to be certain things that you're going to want to do first that are going to be high priority. And then within some of the other sections, there's going to be some flexibility with how you can consume the content. But I wanted to just share a little bit about the order of how you should go through this. So obviously, first things first, you want to watch this welcome video. That's step one. And then what you're going to want to do is go to the Leadership and Roundtable Work Sessions post, which is right here. You'll just be able to click on this and see what's in that post. That's going to include the Leadership and Roundtable work session links. And you're going to be able to click on this post and find all of the scheduling information for those roundtables and work sessions here. So those are going to be things that are going to be monthly events that are going to happen. There's a combination of things that are going to happen live. I am going to be recording the roundtables live. And then there will be some additional asynchronous activities, meaning that you can just kind of participate as you wish in discussions. How the roundtables work is that I record them at 5 o'clock on the first Tuesday, 5 p.m. Central Time, the first Tuesday of the month, and you're welcome to show up live and participate in discussion at that time when I record it live. But if you want to participate in just the discussion afterwards, watch the video and participate in the members' discussion afterwards, then you're welcome to participate in that event in that way as well. You don't have to show up live, but you have that option as well. And then the work session schedule, that's all explained in here as well. And there's a video in here that just explains a little bit more about it. So you'll see that we are in one of the top level categories right now. So you can see the program navigation guide here. But if I were to click on this post, then this would go away. So you're just going to use this menu here to go back to more of the top level categories. You can navigate this. So I'm going to click here, go back to the home, and then I'm going to show you some of the other things here. So obviously you can see step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, all of these things are laid out in that order. You can see by the label what order you should watch what training. So it's all laid out for you there. One thing that I did want to point out is that there is the core training right here, which is going to be one of your high priorities that you're going to want to do first. I'm going to go in here and click on that. And then just show you, again, you can see based on the labels what order you should watch this. So obviously you want to start here, and then you're going to go in order. And when you click on these posts, so for example, if I were to click on this one right here, you're going to just see an overview. So in the evidence-based practice section, as I am recording this video, I just had this main overview, and really the bulk of the information on evidence-based practices is in the executive functioning course suite. There is going to be more information added to this section over time, but this video here explains how you can navigate all the content related to evidence-based practices. And so basically what you have to do here, if you want to go through the courses on executive functions, is that you're just going to come out to the top level categories, and you can see all of the programs that are and products that have to do with the EF suite. And again, you start with the core training. That's going to explain where everything is. And then you'll be able to navigate all of this stuff in the order that you like. And as you are watching each of these programs, there's recommendations for what order you should consume them. So you just basically want to follow all of these steps. And then within those steps, you're going to get more instructions about what things you can watch at what time and so on. Now, step 5, I have all the way down here, because basically what that is, this one is a little bit more flexible. This is just a list of resources and cool tools and tips that I have found useful for personal development. It's just an extra bonus I wanted to add for you. So that's going to be one of the things. Again, you're going to want to prioritize steps 1 through 4. And then after that, you can kind of pick and choose how you go through all of this content. But the main thing that you're going to want to prioritize is watching that welcome video, which is right here. And then you're going to want to go through step 2, 3, and 4 to navigate through the program, because these steps are going to help you to make the most of your program. You definitely want to make sure that you pay attention to step 2 here when these roundtables are happening, because those are going to be the big picture discussions on leadership. And within those roundtables, I might be mentioning some of the other trainings and leading you to different things. So that's going to be high priority, because those are going to be the events that are happening in the program. You're going to want to make sure that you have those on your calendar and have all of that information. And the other content is something that you can do on your own time. So here we are in the members community. What this is going to be structured like is a members forum. So as the new members come in, what we're going to do is that all of the different pillar areas are going to have key topics. And then what you'll be able to do in order to get support and participate in discussions is you're going to be able to pop into this area and participate in all of the discussions. So the main topics are going to be here, and then the main feed is going to be here. It's structured like a forum so that you'll be able to get your questions answered and interact with other members in the group. So thank you again for joining. If you ever have any questions, feel free to email me at talktome@drkarenspeech.com. And I'm so excited to have you with us.